I was living my life on autopilot. I grew up in a secular household, and I never gave religion really any thought. In 2013, my husband fell, and I thought he was fine. And after about a year, I noticed things weren't quite right, and I was always very dependent on him for everything. And then I slowly discovered that he was having short-term memory issues, and he was getting worse and worse and worse. And I just started panicking. I was having a lot of anxiety. It just felt like my whole world was crashing because all of a sudden I couldn't depend on him for everything. And I had to depend on myself, which just scared me to death because I had never had to do that before. And I didn't realize I was becoming very depressed, very anxious. And I had to go back to work because he could no longer work. There was something inside me that kept saying I needed help. And I knew that I needed help from someone higher up, basically. I was talking with my coworker, Lori, one evening. She could tell how desperate I was, and she started asking me if I had been baptized, and I said no. I guess she was shocked. She started asking me why, and I said, well, I grew up in a secular family. It just wasn't part of our culture. Maybe I would be open to it. I just knew that I needed help. She invited me to come to St. Jude with her, and I started coming every Sunday. I just kind of went through the motions. I knew I needed to be here, but I didn't know why. So I thought, well, I'll just keep coming, and maybe someday I'll have an epiphany. Well, that someday came. They had Welcome 33, and Lori and I went to that. And I was so moved by all of my sisters in that group. They just enveloped me with love. The first thing they said to me when I came was, we've been praying for you, and it just did something to me. I just knew I was where I needed to be. I was so impressed and so moved by their stories that it made mine feel insignificant. At that point, then I understood. I knew I wanted to be baptized, and I wanted to be Catholic, and I knew why I wanted to be Catholic. I went through RCIA, and it just kind of tied everything together. It was a very moving experience. I never have experienced so much joy and so much happiness. I got my confidence back. I got my happiness back. And it gave me the strength to be able to go with my husband on his journey through Alzheimer's. And when he passed, I just had an inner strength that I would never have had if I hadn't have found St. Jude's. This is home for me. I discovered God when I was going through Welcome 33. I had never felt that way about any religion or any church that I had ever been in. And it's not the building, it's the people in the building. It's all of my sisters and brothers and St. Jude family.